we know with Yunara, or at least the people from the stats that we've seen, that usually new Yunara players aren't very good with her, but the more you play her, she becomes like exponentially more powerful the more games you have on her. So, Calavir may not have been playing very much of her, but I doubt that. I bet Calavir has got that in his back pocket. I think that she's going to be 100% pick ban in this game at least.
I agree. And speaking of pick ban, here we are, draft for game number 1. Roost on blue, Troll Tower on red, and a production has let me know that that is Swain that was banned on the blue side.
There it is.
Oh, called it.
Called it right there.
I actually like these though. You've got your hyperscaling marksmen that are taken out, big engaged tools in the Camille, the Shen, and Xin Zhao, all taken away, and especially in PLC, that's the big ticket, right? You want to be able to start these fights and get them started.
Yeah, we banned very similar champions from both teams. The Camille, the Shen with their engage range, the Swing, the Xin Zhao with their ability to control the map, and then the two very scaly ADCs. So it's interesting to see that the mindset of both teams tends to be going towards the same direction. Now, of course, these look like targeted bans. They're not looking to be, blocking any specific sort of strategy other than the fact that these players already play this way. But I don't hate any of these bans. I don't hate any of these picks.
So it was interesting. We were talking about how Calavir likes to play these hyper-scaling champions like Yunara, like Varus. Ashe doesn't crit and is more of a utility role. When you get lethal tempo and the Ranger's Fury up and going, especially when you build on hit, she can become very, very strong. But usually you're picking Ashe for range and more control of movement. So I like the answer in Miss Fortune, who also has that make it rain, so she can be so much farther away and answer the range.
Right. And I totally agree with you. I think just because Calavir has a preference for these long range champions, he's definitely kind of flexing the fact that he doesn't have to play what he likes, that he'll play what the team needs as well. Very interesting picks going back and forth. The Vi into the Rel pick is particularly interesting to me because I feel like Rel has a lot of answers for what Vi is, especially when we lock in at J4 there. This is looking. I really like the comp for Troll Tower so far, and we've only picked 3 champs.
Right. I think there's a big wombo combo potential here for the side of Troll Tower, even though we do need to recall that Rel did get a nerf on her shield from her W, so she won't be nearly as durable as we're used to seeing, but it's about the crowd control. It's about that shattering strike. It's about the magnet storm. It's about the knockups. All these things are just so critical, especially when you can pair it with a Miss Fortune ult over top. See what that other ban is in a minute. Malzahar just got word from production. And so I like this. Each team is trying to pinch what they want to pick next. I don't mind the Poppy. I think that's a good ban. Mel, now that I'm looking at it, also could be really, really important. Blocking the Ashe arrow is a big one. This is what I was hoping Troll Tower would lock in. The Orianna with the rest of this comp, it just adds on to that wombo. It's very, very strong. If they get the ball on either Rel or J4, that's going to spell disaster for the side of Roost. Ooh, Shazbot can't hear you, bud.
Sorry about that. I must have bumped my mute button. You don't even need the full wombo to, the entire team for the full wombo. I do find the Gwen ban very interesting because it was kind of flagging that they would be wanting to pick, Gwen being a tank shredder, that they pick a bigger top lane. So I'm kind of surprised to see the Yone on the side of Roost, because I don't see anyone that Gwen shreds from Roost's team comp. I don't hate their team comp. I think they have a lot of pick potential, but wow, this Troll Tower is like season 1 comp plus Rel. Like this is this is like what you saw TSM play,
Mhm.
with Worlds way back when. So uh, I'm excited about this. I'm an old school gamer, and I like this comp.
Now that you mentioned it, I'm thinking about the Yone into Gwen matchup, and I think Gwen comes out on top of that. Yone is
Hmm.
really frustrating because of his shield, and his itemization makes him really strong. But Gwen is so sustaining, especially when you run Conqueror and you need to fight Yone. It
Right.
sounds counterintuitive, but that's how you have to fight him back.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
my question here is how critical is Yone to this comp? Is Bear a Yone one trick now, and they had to pick Yone in order to make it happen? Um, or does he just not have an answer to Gwen? This is like where I want to like get into Bear's head, and before the game, go interview some of the players. But
well,
yeah,
to answer your question, no, Wolves is on top.
Wolves is on top.
So Bear is going to
Why?
be playing
Bear's
Lissandra.
mid lane.
Yeah. Okay. And I like that. One of the big things about Bear is he has always been, you said, a staple. He's a very consistent player who picks a champion who does a job, right? We know him for his Malphite, for his Ornn, and I think Lissandra is a very similar champion where you have a big engage tool with your Claw W, or if you can get close enough and you ult a carry, beautiful. And Bear is terrific at that type of play where he sets up the rest of the team to do bigger things.
100%. And it's I it's okay, it's interesting because I'm loving the Troll Tower Wombo combo, but re-seeing these champions pick, I am realizing just how awful it would be to meet any amount of these champions in the jungle opposition. If
Yeah.
Roost has a good vision game, Troll Tower's life is going to be awful because you've got Yone ult, you've got Vi ult, you've got Barrel. These single like lockdown honestly, like even in a team fight, if they can like lock down Oriana, if they can lock down Ash, kind of, but lock down their ADC, um, the fight could be over before it starts. However, missing or being pulled apart in any way, there's a lot of pressure on Roost to not get routed, to not get pulled away or separated in any way, which is additionally dangerous because Troll Tower wants them to clump up, wants them to get ulted by the entire Misfortune. So lots of factors going on in both of these teams, but I don't hate either of them.
No, definitely not. And another consideration that I have is the immobility of the main carries for Troll Tower. Oriana
Mm,
and Misfortune, their only escapes are slows and their own speed ups. Right? You could argue that the shockwave from Oriana is a displacement, and that is true. But it's it's not a tool you're looking to just throw out like a command dissonance or a make it rain, right?
right.
It's something you want to save for these wombo situations. So maybe
Mm,
that is why Troll Tower decided they wanted so many different options, because if you don't have the command shockwave, you still have the magnet storm, you still have the counter strike if the SK2 hold on. SK2 is kind of like SKT or SKTT1.
that's
I
gonna
actually
mess
really
me
like it.
up at least once.
But you have so many other tools to layer up this Misfortune, but Misfortune cannot get caught. So
Mm.
Daily Dally has a huge job. Going to need to stay away from the Lissandra engage. And you already brought up the way that Yone and Vi could just say, "Never mind, move out of the way and get on to the carry."
Right, 100%. And that kind of pressure is what separates a good player from a great player. To be able to be you know to fill your role, you're a good player. But to be able to not crack under pressure, I used that word route before, but to not be routed by the enemy team, to be in the right position, to face the problems without getting killed is really important. It's kind of crazy how much of this is like a courage game. Like can you be in the right place in the right time? Doesn't matter if you're Roost, doesn't matter if you're Troll Tower. If you are overconfident, you're going to get punished. If you are underconfident, you're going to get punished. And finding that razor edge for both of these teams is what is going to what I predict to be what allows the victor to come out on top.
I think another really important thing to point out is the same risk of picking Misfortune lies on Ash, right?
Yes.
Another very immobile carry, but look at all the tools that can be used to set up the engage. And so it's really fun to compare those, but I do want to draw attention to the Soraka
Mm.
because looking at the way the composition for Troll Tower has come up, Soraka is more of a sustained support. She gives you health over time. I honestly think that maybe a Karma or a Lulu would have been a little bit better to stave off the raw burst that can come out of the Wombo from Troll Tower. Am I
I
reading that wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. And I've been not saying something because last time I was critical about a Soraka, I was very, very, very wrong. And so I'm
That's
seeing
true.
Soraka. I have a very strong bias against Soraka, and I'm like, I'd like something here. I'd like frontline. I like damage. I look at Soraka and I'm like, what is healing going to do on a Lissandra? But last time I said this, last time I went through this big, they ended up winning the tournament. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm doubting myself here, but I agree. I would have loved to see a Karma. I would have loved to see a Leona. Like, come on. Like,
Okay.
let's
Okay.
get. I don't know. I think supports can be so much in these day and ages, and I belong to the Morello school of thought where healing doesn't belong in my League of Legends game. So
So interesting. See, I was thinking more of shields and ways to deal with the big, what is that thing called? Bullet time. That
Mhm.
should be the main way that Troll Tower are going to be wiping team fights. A Braum would have been excellent to do both of what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
But the Soraka was drafted very early. I think it's second
Yes.
pick, and so I don't know that there was a way to really predict that because it was Realm Misfortune that were first picked. So maybe you could have pulled out the Braum. I think that could have been a good idea, but you are right. The last Soraka that played really stopped us both in our tracks.
I know
Did an
it's
excellent
so.
job.
Like it's okay to be wrong. It's okay. Me. But seriously though, like when we did not see the I'm trying to remember if we had seen the misfortune by the time we drafted the support. But having someone that immediately answers the bullet time, the misfortune ultimate, is would have been really really important. Love
Mhm.
the rail spam by the way. That's really funny. And we're into game one.
All right, everybody. Game number one, Roost versus Troll Tower. Let's see your excitement in the chat. We already know that Brizabel is rooting for Calavir's team. Good to see you, Mango Man, as well. Boring level one, I want to say. We had some Oriana vision on the bottom side, but starting sweeper Hunter is able to clear that ward out, has the one CS, will have an experience lead on the clear.
Ever so small, but that can matter when it comes to breakouts and we have an immediate fight or at least an immediate poke. That damage matters. Having like a
Mhm.
100, 200 damage on the rel makes the level two engage going to be that much harder.
Well, especially with the recent nerf we were just discussing, you don't get
Mhm.
a shield. You're not as durable for these fights. And if you can't make it stick, Soraka's going to make you wish you had. But in goes the crash on. They get the stun onto Big Ben, but it's only level one. No one's really going to get a whole lot done. Calavir's poking back. Potion is used already by Dilly Dally.
Yeah, and same with Soraka. And honestly, if you're gonna take the damage, you want it to be on the Soraka, who both has that regen. But also, like, it allows Ash to have that health advantage to do that poke. Ash is strong, just like Caitlyn is strong, to use her range, to use that volley, and really shred down people early, so they can do what they're doing. They're level two. They can just say, "You're not allowed to have experience anymore, man."
And it's rough because you have such sustain with the Soraka. The AoE from the volley makes Ash very, very strong. What a great way to push out this
Oof.
wave so that they get priority.
Wade or Bear having a really rough time tracking this ball. Already down to 200 health against almost a full health Wazy. Wazy is running out of mana at this point, but this is just not a comfortable spot to be if you are level two and worrying about jungler location.
hmm Speaking of junglers, no real important tracks there. Wolves is going to get some poke onto SK2, But the early part of this game, I think, is going to be really, really calm. We've got some major level 6 breakpoints with the ultimates.
Mm.
And so I think we're going to have calm early games. Poke, yes, Bear is getting low. Bottom side, they got low. But I don't think we're going to see much
Man.
kill pressure.
Yeah, kill
Maybe I'm
pressure when
wrong.
he's at 100 health, but Vi is around the corner, so we could see like a cheeky gank,
Ooh, it could
but
be first gank. They are coming forward. Hunter is ready with the vault breaker, goes in onto Wazy, but first blood is Wazy's underneath the turret. Hunter is chasing, but Verso is here. He has level 4, which means he can get the EQ combo.
Ooh.
Huge damage down onto Hunter. He flashes, but flashes are available. Oh, he almost made it back onto Hunter, but that is a kill for Verso and 2-0 now for the Troll Tower.
That is rough. One more kill, and they're going to have feats of strength. This is a very rough position to have the Oriana of all people to be so strong. 1-0 and 1 has the gold both from the kill and the assist. This is, been a while since I've been an Oriana main, but this is exactly where you want to be. Lost Chapter purchased, like, Bear is going to have a very tough time in lane right now, and this is where the focus needs to go to see if the game is almost over already.
You know, I can't tell if you're serious when you say you were a something main because you you joke about it a lot. Were you really an Oriana main at some point?
That was the first champion I mained after Veigar.
Okay.
Way back in season one, she was the first champion to come out when I started playing the
What
game
you
of
were looking
Genko
for
and
Hunters
Taya.
here, flash burned by SK2, and that's pressure now to Wolves.
Yeah, I guess at this point I've made quite a few champions, but yeah, the pressure onto the blue side here is really starting to rack
Another
up at this
fight up
point.
top. Wolves is gonna get hit with the counter strike. Never mind, he
Gotta go back.
flashes, but he has to go back to the soul unbound. That means he has no escape plan, and he's gonna get hit. He's gonna get knocked up, and that is
Woo!
warfare over to the side of the troll tower.
Troll Tower really coming out guns blazing, showing their strength here. Ooh, the root landing on Rel is really rough. I honestly, this game seems to be a whittle game. Getting the health low. I'll wait for that.
Hunter found by Verso. He's trying to block the wall so he can't get over it with the vault breaker, and that's another kill. 4-0.
Oh my!
Shockwave, make it 5. Wazy says thank you.
Holy cow! We already have a 2.5k gold lead without any objectives being taken so far. This is not pretty for the blue team, the brand new team. Bears really struggling. Vi has been matched every single place that she's gone by J4. I really liked those early wards that were placed by Troll Tower uh, in their jungle that allowed them to kind of track those positions. Roost is really struggling right now. I don't think they're out of it quite yet, but they really need to regroup and figure out what the next stage is going to be. Not a lot of action on the bot side yet, so we don't know whether or not they're going to be a factor in swaying it either way. But yeah, as of right now, um, the the team Roost, the blue team, is on the back foot, especially when it comes to these objectives. And it looks like J4 will be starting the dragon right now.
Yeah, he'll get Drake. There's no priority in mid lane. It's always shoved underneath Bear's turret. And that's a presence that we knew Wazy was going to have. We talked about that at the beginning in the draft, but
Yep.
it's also reminiscent of Bear playstyle. He's a very conservative player until he gets ultimates and ways to start the fights.
Oh, it's
Now
got to go back.
SK2 might actually get another kill up here. Wolves goes back, level 6 now for Wolves. He is caught. He does have the third Q, gets the knockup, but still
Oh,
goes down. Wazy on a killing spree in the mid lane as well. While the Drake is being taken, Hunter is up here against SK2. He's just going to leap strike away. Hunter's going to take up the farm. Verso tries to get something done. Calavir only level 5. Flash forward from Gibbon underneath the turret. Ignite down onto Calavir, but he gets the
ooh.
kill onto Gibbon instead. And the bot lane of Roost have brought them back into the game.
All right. Okay. So they're on the board at this point. That allows them to get money on their carry, which is definitely a very good thing. Now, Ash does have the coal, which allows her to get that money. So does Miss Fortune, but they're on the back foot in the bot lane. Now, one thing I wanted to bring attention to is at the time that Bear died, there was a 2 level gap
Mm.
between Wazy and Bear. But that also goes with Wolves and SK2. If they keep having this death pressure, they're not just going to be down in gold; they're going to be down in XP, and that really starts to put the nails in the coffin. So what I want to see right now is I want to see some roams to make sure that they can stop the bleeding, that they can prevent these grubs to go down. It is like what we're focusing on right
Oh,
now. I'll
Calavir
wait for
might have
that.
been. He gets slowed by the Make It Rain, given his fast on the horse. Shattering Strike doesn't land, and Calavir walks it out.
Oh, terrifying. If that was a pixel closer, Caliphate would have been very dead right
There
there.
sees Wazy. They get engaged. They get him ulted, and he is knocked up. He gets his own shield. In
Oh,
goes the Shockwave. Does he make it out? He doesn't. That shutdown gold over to Bear. Verso is on the way. He's going to get hit with the Frozen Throw. Hunter goes in with a Vault Breaker, breaks his armor here. There is no vision, but will Wolves make the catch? Slow from the Golden Ages. Verso is on his way over the wall. Wolves does dodge it out, gets hit with the counter strike, and Versa will make it out alive. Wolves wants to go
whoa.
in. He is close enough. He just needs another not Steel Tempest, but what is it? It's called? Wolves
Yeah.
gets the kill, but he takes a turret shot, and now he's in a 1v1 against SK2 as his team goes for the grubs. SK2 on a killing spree.
Absolutely worth it. The Yone response was really good. This is precisely what we were talking about at the start of the game, that getting caught in the jungle without vision. The Orianna was so close to dying right there. Now, legitimately, I think her level advantage gave her enough health to not die right there, but she still died. The shutdown goal still went over. Watching this railroad down
Oh,
this
Calavir's in a lot of trouble. Magnet Storm is there. He's super low. Bullet time right in his face, and Dilly Dally picks up the kill.
Okay, so things are still looking really rough for the side of Roost. However, they're doing all right. They're still in this.
Flash forward. Oh no. There's no
Caster
Wazy.
curse. There's no Wazy. Oh, the caster curse. Okay, things are looking really rough for the side of Roost. However, I think what they did by the grubs is very very good. It allows them to get back in the game. These plates are going down for the side of oh man, my brain is going all over the place. So the side of Troll Tower, which
Mhm.
means that something that's bad is still just getting worse, but we're not out of it yet. We've got about a 5K gold difference. Goodness gracious! But they're playing conservatively. They're playing smart. If they can kind of staunch the bleeding, they can prevent these epic monsters to go down, and they can just sit and farm without dying too much. Then Roost might be able to get back into this. Now, controversial, or on the other side, Troll Tower needs to push their advantage. They need to make sure that they keep up the pressure, they keep up that momentum, and they can just close out this game really, really easy.
Very true.
So we'll see.
So at the beginning of the draft, you mentioned vision, and it's important. Given is on the chase, Wazy
Oh my
will throw
goodness.
out another shockwave. Bear will be pulled away, and it will get
Oh,
just too close, and he'll go down again. 5-1 now. Wazy on the Orianna. No junglers on the bottom side here to make anything else happen, but they are on the top side. Verso and SK2 want to clear up the rest of the Void Grubs on the top side.
yeah, and unfortunately, they just have so much priority to be able to take those epic monsters. It's gonna be kind of Troll Tower's game to lose at this point, as they have so much of a lead. Flash forward.
Gibbon engages onto Big Ben. They don't use the bullet time. They do. The Ignite secures it. Dilly Dally is stunned, but Calavir does not have the damage to stop him. No finished item yet. But another engage on the top side of the bottom jungle. Hunter will help get that. He missed the flash over the wall. He was going to go after Dilly Dally.
Oh,
Oh, man. That wall is fat. You got to be careful.
yeah, it's precise and perfect, but honestly, it probably would have died because of J4 right there. J4 going back
Exactly.
in on Vi.
Hunter, I think he might actually have something here.
All there
He's
right there.
lowered the armor. Soraka ults, Vi ults. They've got the damage, and Hunter stays alive with the help of his bot lane.
Okay, I have a crazy thought. I saw that play. What if Soraka is their answer to get back into this game? The ability to have that huge health inject is really critical on these champions that are behind. Taking a very risky dragon right here, and I like the Soraka here. I never thought I'd say those words in my life, but I like where Soraka is to get these lower health champions back into it. if they're going to get back into it, they need to win this fight. Teleport goes down.
Teleports are in. Hunter has no ultimate, has no flash. Dilly Dally is over the wall. Gibbon is in some trouble. Now Soraka is out of the way. Wolves is pulled in, but a big engage from Bear. Verso has made it back. Big Ben is the next target. He's taking a lot of damage. He gets smoked. Calavir is trying to do what he can, but that's a flash forward into the Dragon Strike, and Wazy is on the rampage. Triple kill going after Bear underneath the turret. In goes Verso. They pick him up, and that was huge. Quadra kill for Wazy.
Well, Wazy is insane. Things were going fine until the 5-1 Orianna walked into that fight, and that Orianna walks out of that fight 9-1. That's brutal, legitimately brutal. I love his their on it their itemization here. The Luden's Echo on an isolated target here. It doesn't matter if the ulti hits 5 people. It doesn't matter if the ulti hits 1 person. The damage is going to be bonkers on Orianna. We're seeing the Dark Seal there. I love it. This is an Orianna that makes plays Shadow Flame coming out. Oh, this is brutal for the side of Roost, and I really feel like a lot of their hopes to get out of this has gone. The special boots, the upgraded boots going on the side of Troll Tower as the first tower goes down, and no, just the first tower.
Yeah.
But I guess technically, I don't know how the grubs work anymore, but anyways, they're playing a very strong game. Troll Tower should be commended for this. They're winning their lanes. They're making a very strong showing in their game one.
For sure. And on the back of Wazy, we talked about it in draft. Playing these big control mages, it's exactly what Wazy wanted. The Orianna synergized so well with the composition. Very well done from the Troll Tower. Let's see if they can keep hold of this lead. Wazy is hit with the Vi ultimate. Gibbon hit with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. That's a big shockwave onto Bear exclusively. Big Ben has to run away, but now SK2 has teleported in. Hunter will go over the wall, but Leap Strike. Bear is the target. He gets hit with the counter strike. Over the wall goes Gibbon into the Magnet Storm and the bullet time. Bear is alive, but only for half of a second more, and that's another double for Wazy, and that's 3 more to the side of the Troll Tower.
Oh, it's so rough to watch the how close, how pixel perfect they're making these plays. You really got to give it to Troll Tower that they go for these gutsy, really long range CC. We saw the Rel miss the CC on the Ashe by just a hair, but think about how important that would have been. Yeah. No, that's an 11-1 Orianna.
Oh! But Wazy is caught once again. No ultimate from Hunter, no flash from Hunter. It almost worked. Oh man, when your Yone is missing his core item.
Yeah, it's so tragic. They're missing things by a hair, and it's making a mile of difference. Just how small of a difference is. This is how important these level advantages are. Orianna not only has all this money, but has a 3-level advantage over their lane partner. Same with this Jax. That being level 12 when the rest of the enemy team is level 8 or 9 is just brutal. A level in your ultimate, a level in all those extra stats, crazy.
And not only that, but the farm difference is actually incredible. Oh, Calavir is caught with a single combo. Wazy underneath the turret. He is caught and shut down. Gibbon now the target. Now he'll make it out. He's fast on that horse, but just a little bit greedy from Wazy. But can you blame the guy?
Yeah, and the money going over to the Vi, I think that's a good thing to get Vi to be just over that health. It depends on what Vi buys next, but I kind of like the idea that Vi on the front line is just a little bit stronger to survive these fights, just a little bit more, and maybe pin down one of these absolute terror cases. If you were Orianna here, if you were Wazy, you did not want to die right there. This is your game to be slow and methodical and just keep the pressure on. But sure enough, Roos drafted a team that is very good at getting these single picks. So if the vision is low, the Troll Tower, even though they have such a high lead, can't be taking these kind of risks.
I do want to draw attention to something else we brought up in the draft. Look at Dilly Dally. 205, got a whole item and almost, I think he's No, that's not the collector. It builds out of the BF sword now. But look at this itemization from the Misfortune, just quietly doing exactly what you want Misfortune to do. Staying behind, look like losing the lane, but coming out in the mid game here, 17, 18 minutes in, and very, very strong.
Yeah, all the risks were taken by Rel, and Rel did die a couple of times, but not enough to really make Ash a terror. And so, very respectable, not just from Dilly Dally, but also to Gibbons to make sure that he's in front, that he's making these dive support engages, and honestly, I keep praising their name, but a very very strong
Here
first
comes
game.
Verso with the ball. Big Ben flashes. Verso's caught underneath the
Take
turret
the wall down.
into the cease and desist. They got him. Calaveras killed him. Wazy is trying to run away. Gibbon is there on the front line. Gets a nice shattering strike, but Hunter gets the kill onto Wazy. Gibbon is going to be the next target. Magnastorm does nothing, and that's a 3-for-0 trade for the side of Roost. But on the top side, SK2 rams down the top turret. Gonna go into the base. Bear will get a root, but it doesn't mean anything. There are so many minions here. SK2 might actually just take this turret. He gets the counter strikes done, but he's taking turret aggro, and Bear gets more shutdown gold while his team takes the Drake.
Okay, so it wasn't perfectly clean, but that was an 0 for 4 team fight. They did get Drake. They lost a lot of their tower damage. They might get this is very risky from Calavir actually with J4 in the jungle, but J4 is choosing to get the wolves instead. Oh my goodness. That's really really important for the side of Team Roost. Didn't think that something like this could happen, but this is what needs to happen in order for Roost to get back in this and steal a win out from underneath the side of Troll Tower. And if that happens, then Troll Tower will certainly live up to their name.
Now, I think that the mistake was that the flash from Big Ben saved that play. Verso was stuck in his own ultimate on the Soraka silence, so he couldn't turn it off. And he got caught
Oh,
underneath the turret there and could not use the Oriana ball. And that's
stop it.
huge. So
Oh,
without the flash now on Big Ben, if he's the target again, it might not work out so well.
there's no way the Soraka is the difference. I'm bugging out, man. Support players, cover your ears. I just can't. What is that champion? How does she win these games? But she's doing great. That's You're absolutely right that silence field, that immediate flash out of range, is what turned that fight around. And Troll Tower needs to be careful of these crazy picks that Roos can do. Now, Otacon going to the side of Troll Tower is very substantial, very underrepresented epic monster, especially with Jax pushing the top side. He does not have Hullbreaker, but still crazy strong split pusher. They do lose the
Ooh,
middle tower for it.
if that arrow had hit, I think SK2 would have been in a lot of trouble. Roost has
Yeah,
decided to stop their assault on mid to answer top, and now we'll see what they do from here.
man, I'm finding plenty of time to yap. I apologize for that. I love in the vision coverage of the red team. They are recognizing just how critical it is to not get picked. Look at all those wards on the side of the blue side. However, I once again gotta praise the Soraka for doing a good job clearing out this stuff. They're going to be preparing for Baron that's coming up in a couple minutes. I'm got to give it to Roost. They're getting a lot of money to try to come back into this game, still losing by a ton. Everyone
Yeah.
on the side of Troll Tower is very, very scary, and they're not out of it yet. That's incredible. That's
Yeah.
respectable.
Well, and that's the fun of the PLC, right? You can see a disparity so large, and yet one fight will turn it. I remember a finals was decided on a single lost team fight
Mm.
39 minutes into the game or something like that. And
Hmm.
so we got to keep watching and waiting because we know some of these players have a pedigree. I'm confident in the Troll Tower at this point, but I will never rule out the turnaround. It's one of my favorite things about League of Legends as a whole, actually, is the fact that something crazy can happen so late in the game and it will flip everything on its head.
Yeah, yeah. Because uh, Roost has this pick power that it's really really easy for Troll Tower to accidentally throw the game. And so they really need to be careful of not having this vision. Even these like misfortune running up to make it rain, really rough. It's really
Mhm.
tough for me to support these choices, especially with this quick trigger figure that we've seen Roost have so far.
So help me out here. That is a collector. Did I just forget the recipe again? Is it back to pickaxe or does it build out a BF sword?
I think it's back to pickaxe. I wasn't confident enough to correct you, but they keep changing that item, man, and I'm ready for it to get the frozen mallet treatment. Honestly,
Oh, to get it out.
yeah,
You know what? I miss Frozen Mallet. I know that they put Cirillas in to give some kind of
it's
physical
not
way of slowing. It's not the same.
it's
It's not
not the
even
same.
close to the same.
As a tank player, I do not like collector. I just don't think the passive feels good to play against.
Hmm.
Just bad feels. But red team collecting up over there. I think the dragon is supposed to
Ooh.
spawn pretty soon. Very tense situation. Again, we've got a little bit of vision up, but not enough to really make them super safe. They
Calavera
gave
might
the
be caught.
whoa. They missed.
Sombrero. Wazy missed the ultimate. Verso tried to go in. Only Soraka's flash is down. The rest of the side of Roost has their flashes. Ultimates are available, but missing the shockwave and the cataclysm is a big deal on the side of Troll Tower. Wolves has vision over the side of the pit. They back off because they don't want a full on fight. Vision granted by the Hawkshot. Caliber going to throw out the volley. They still have the Drake aggroed. Flash forward from Gibbon. He wants to get onto Caliber. He is slowed. Hunter is pushed away as well. Verso wants to go in. He misses again. Hunter goes in onto Wazy and he goes golden. But the rest of the team is here. He flashes out. He is still alive for now, but he goes down. Bear picks up that kill. And now Dilly Dally uses the ultimate to get another few kills. It is a trade 2 for 2 so far, but the fight is over.
No ultimates on the side of either team, except for Jax, which doesn't really matter as much. So this is still a very tense situation. Uh,
Wolves wants to go in. He gets the knock up onto Dilly Dally. Not enough damage. Verso tries to go back in onto Big Ben. Ultimate back up, but he is silenced. He cannot do anything else. But now that puts the fight into their favor. Flash from Calavir. He's got the distance. But SK2 also has a Zonia's. He goes into the Golden State and they make it work. Calavir, the only survivor from Roost.
just too little, just too late. That crazy that this far into the game with this much of a deficit in gold that the fight was 2 for 2. I think they underestimated just how quickly that J4 ult comes back. Especially, he's built a lot of cooldown reduction, so I
Mm-hmm.
see why now. But yeah, it's really rough because that those ultimates is what changed the fight. I really gotta respect Soraka, Big Ben, just really well played to be able to instantly respond to the J4 ult, who kind of overextended in that fight, getting his teammates killed. Because even though Soraka was really low health, the redemption, the Soraka ult allowed her to stay in that fight and keep her teammates relatively healthy, and almost walked out of there despite
Yeah.
being so low at a certain point.
And it occurred to me as you were saying it. Yeah, Black Cleaver plus the Ionian boots that are upgraded and the Glacial Shroud. That is a ridiculous amount of ability haste. Going, that was awkward. Miss, dodge, interrupt.
Crazy. Who you were
uh,
saying about all that ability haste? Yeah,
yeah.
he's almost Earth mode with all of his abilities, let alone his ultimate.
You know what?
Uh,
I want to see the Hex Plate. It's one of my favorite items to build on Jarvan, especially running Conqueror. You get the attack speed, you get the movement speed. I think it would be a really, really great item for him to pick up. But
I don't I don't think it's the worst because he's been silenced so much this game that he needs something more than his abilities.
mhm, exactly. Speaking of abilities, ultimates are available for every single champion on the map. The Baron is out as well. Teleports are available. SK2 and Wolves can join at any time. The side of Troll Tower want to
They're
go for the
starting.
Baron, and this does not surprise me. I think this is exactly the move, and Caliber should throw the hawk shot right about now.
Right, there it is. And Vi is kind of out of position for how fast this Baron is going down. Jax is keeping
Ooh.
the pressure on the bot lane to make sure that Yone can't answer this, and I think they're just gonna have to give
The
it to the
redemption.
oh, that would have been funny. But no.
All
Turns
right,
out
the
Smite is a little
engage is
bit
going to come
stronger.
in here. Silence Field will keep everyone away. But now, where are we looking on the Drake? The timer isn't even on, so they're just running to the side, probably trying to gank SK2 where they have a lane presence. Look at the damage he put onto Wolves already. He gets the knockup from the Immortal Steel. That Zhonya's is okay, but he's knocked up 3 times to Sunday. Verso wants to go in now. SK2 has no disengage tools. He has no counter strike. He has no flash. Gibbon is in the front lines with the Magnet Storm. Wazy gets hit with the ultimate. He goes down. Cataclysm is in, and a few more health bars go low. Gibbon wants to get the stun. He helps secure yet another kill. Verso dives underneath the turret. Hunter is low, but he has the Sundered Sky. He's healing up quite nicely. Turret aggro onto SK2. Not enough. Gibbon will go down underneath the turret, but it's a quadra kill. Is it the penta kill for Verso? What a fight!
Very, very well played, both teams. Congratulations, Verso, on a pentakill in the first game of PLC for this team. Very well played, but I think it was just too little, just too late for the side of Roos to take it back. I think there's just been too much damage on that early game, and here we are, game 1.
44 kills in our 30 some odd minute game. What an exciting set of plays there.